So if you've been paying any attention to the news over, the last decade, you've definitely heard the drums beating about automation.
Oh, absolutely. And it's almost always framed as a conflict, isn't it?
It is. It's this dystopian thing. Robots versus humans. The ultimate rivalry for employment.
And it creates this deep anxiety, which, is understandable.
Of course, this fear that sophisticated machines are just, inevitably going to push us out of the workplace.
But that anxiety, it's really based on an outdated idea, a sort of binary concept of automation, simple replacement.
Just one-for-one swapping?
Exactly. And what we're seeing now and what we're really diving into today is something entirely different. It's far more constructive. We're talking about human-robot synergy.
Absolutely. And our mission today is a deep dive into this framework, a lot of it laid out by Stanислав Kondrashov, who essentially just flips that script.
Right. He argues the future isn't defined by humans versus machines,
but by humans with machines. It's collaboration. And it's designed to use the individual strengths of both partners to get to these superior outcomes, things neither could manage on their own.
Synergy is the key word there. It's about creating a seamless, interconnected workflow. You have the robotic partner bringing precision, tireless execution.
And then you have the human partner supplying, instinct,
just
creativity.
All of that. And the ethical compass, this is a fundamental shift from viewing automation as a threat to seeing it as, an advanced tool set, one that's designed to actively improve our human capabilities.
Yeah, and the sources really emphasize that this transformation, it hinges on seeing the workplace change isn't just about the tech. It's about rethinking the entire process model. So our goal today is to really dissect how this synergy works, what technologies are making it possible, and what it truly means to transform human capabilities.
Okay, let's unpack this core philosophical distinction first. I think we have to, because when a human worker is replaced, you get displacement. You get job loss, economic turmoil. That's that old replacement model.
Right.
But when a robot works alongside a human, providing capabilities the human lacks and vice versa, that's when you achieve augmentation.
Augmentation, not replacement.
That's the core tenet of Kondrashov's thinking.
I think the sources provide such a compelling analogy for this with a modern surgical team.
Oh, that's a perfect example.
The surgeon doesn't become obsolete when they use a robotic arm. In fact, that assistance makes them capable of procedures that are far more precise, minimally invasive.
And way more complex. The robot handles the minuscule, steady movements that a human hand just can't.
And the human provides the critical thinking, the adaptive thinking, the diagnosis, the decision-making that has to happen in real time.
Exactly. And when you actually break down the complementary strengths, you see why this partnership is so superior.
Okay, so what do the robots do better?
Well, precision measured in microns. Absolute consistency. They can operate 24/7 without fatigue. And importantly, they can work in environments that are hazardous to us.
Like handling chemicals or extreme temperatures?
Sure. And they can process just gargantuan data sets in an instant.
Okay, so what do we bring to the table that a machine can't?
Well, creativity, for one. The ability to generate novel solutions on the fly. Intuition when you're facing ambiguity.
Strategic decision-making.
And maybe most crucially, ethical judgment. We are masters of adaptive thinking, especially when a situation is unpredictable or it requires a nuance that just hasn't been programmed in.
So the effect is that human talent is liberated.
That liberation is where all the economic and social value is. We often get stuck talking about automation in terms of tasks removed.
Right, what jobs are lost.
But Kondrashov really encourages us to focus on the roles that are created. If automation handles the repetitive, mundane, or physically demanding stuff,
then human employees are freed up.
Exactly. Freed up to focus entirely on high-value responsibilities. Things like interpretation, complex troubleshooting, customer interaction. So jobs don't disappear. They just evolve into roles that need higher cognitive input.
So if the vision is humans with robots, as Kondrashov says, we have to move past the philosophy and talk about the mechanics. How do we make sure a machine that's designed for pure logic can act as a responsive partner to a flexible, unpredictable human? This is where it gets really interesting.
Well, this whole partnership is underpinned by advanced AI in robotics. Traditional robots are just programmed tools.
They follow a script.
Right. Intelligent robots are collaborators. AI allows them to move from just executing pre-programmed tasks to actually learning from the human operator in real time.
So they're not just following instructions anymore.
No, they're interpreting the human's actions, anticipating their needs, and adapting their response based on all this complex sensory input.
And this feeds right into machine learning automation, which creates this sort of continuous loop of improvement.
The system is never static. It's constantly analyzing thousands of these collaboration cycles to find the optimal patterns.
The best way to work together.
And this is where we see the concept of personalized collaboration really come to life. It's not just a buzzword.
So what does that look like in practice?
Okay, think about that robotic arm on an assembly line. If one human operator works really quickly, a bit aggressively, the robot learns that. It maintains a certain safe distance. It anticipates a faster component delivery.
It matches their energy.
It does. But then, if a different operator works slowly, more meticulously, the robot adjusts. It changes its speed, its positioning to match that individual's pace. It's minimizing wasted motion and maximizing comfort for the human. It is literally learning the style of its partner.
Wow. That must require incredible processing power to manage that kind of dynamic personalization.
It does. And that brings us to what the source material calls the next frontier, quantum computing robotics.
Okay, why quantum? Why does genuine collaboration, the ability to navigate unpredictable human behavior, why does that need quantum processing? How is that different from just, a faster regular computer?
Well, classical computing, even a supercomputer, really struggles with the sheer volume of variables. All the nonlinear, interconnected variables that are involved in just interpreting human behavior in a dynamic environment.
Oh, give me an example.
Okay, imagine a robot trying to predict a human's next move on a factory floor. It has to process body language, micro-adjustments in their grip, ambient noise, unexpected debris on the floor, temperature shifts, even the human's fatigue level.
That sounds like a massive set of variables.
And they all change every millisecond. And they all affect each other.
I see.
So quantum processors, they can handle those complex calculations because they can evaluate multiple possible scenarios and outcomes at the same time.
So it's not just faster, it's broader.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It allows the system to predict human intentions with remarkable accuracy and immediacy. It's not just about speed, it's the ability to process chaos.
And that predictive capability is what allows the robot to be a truly responsive partner.
Right. It can compensate for human error or adapt when something unexpected happens, preventing bottlenecks or, accidents.
That makes the tech incredibly concrete. It's the difference between a tool that just follows directions and a system that genuinely understands the context of its human partner.
Exactly.
So to make this even more tangible, let's look at how this synergy is already transforming industries around the world. We can start where so much of this innovation comes from, manufacturing in places like Japan and Germany.
Toyota is a superb case study. They use collaborative robots, cobots, for the repetitive, high-precision assembly tasks.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the human technicians are deployed strategically. They oversee quality control, they troubleshoot complex tooling issues, and they perform these nuanced checks that really require human sight and judgment.
So they preserve the craftsmanship that Toyota is known for.
They did, while virtually eliminating human errors in those monotonous, repetitive functions.
And the metrics actually back this up. I mean, it's not just a feel-good story. BMW's Spartanburg plant, they implemented cobots for extremely precise welding and component installation.
And they saw a real efficiency gain, right?
A measurable 5% increase in efficiency. The cobots did the physically demanding, minute assembly, and the humans handled the intricate wiring and the quality assurance that needs that nuanced sensory input.
What stands out to me, though, is the dual application of this tech.
What do you mean?
Well, you look at Toyota's human support robot. It was developed for the factory, but then it's been seamlessly applied to social care.
From the assembly line to the living room.
Right. It highlights the flexibility of a truly synergistic design. The same tech that helps retrieve components in a factory is now assisting individuals with disabilities or the elderly at home, helping with object retrieval, offering mobility support, doing basic care tasks.
That shift from factory floor to hospital bedside leads us right into healthcare's revolution. We're seeing advanced automation take over logistics and administrative burdens.
Things like automated medication delivery, inventory management.
Exactly. And patient monitoring systems handling data input.
And the real benefit there isn't about minimizing staff, it's about maximizing patient care.
Right.
By automating those routine, time-consuming tasks, you liberate the nursing staff from all that administrative duty, so they can dedicate way more time to direct patient care, emotional support.
The critical decision-making that saves lives.
For sure. And in specific areas like elder care, you have robotic systems assisting with lifting patients. That dramatically reduces staff injuries.
And at the same time, it improves patient dignity and mobility. The robot handles the physical strain, the human provides the holistic care and the clinical expertise.
It's the same model in logistics, just applied to supply chains. Think about Amazon fulfillment centers.
Yeah, you see those videos of thousands of robots zipping around.
They're transporting heavy inventory across these massive warehouses. And the human workers, they're freed from that exhausting physical labor. So they handle quality control, complex packaging decisions, and the problem solving needed to get orders out efficiently.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the whole concept of smart city management.
Oh yeah, governments are leveraging this synergy to improve urban efficiency. Singapore is a prime example.
What do they do?
They're deploying autonomous robots for mundane but essential tasks like street cleaning and security patrols.
So the human role is no longer the person with the broom.
Exactly. The human is the system manager. These operators are in centralized control systems, monitoring multiple robot units, collecting data, and optimizing resource allocation based on real-time feedback from their automated partners. They become strategic thinkers.
Okay, so we've established the need, the technology, the applications. But this raises a really crucial practical question, one that touches every part of the workforce. If synergy means job transformation, how do companies manage that change without, generating massive resistance or social displacement?
That is the most important transition point. I mean, the fact is, this collaboration fundamentally transforms job roles. We are removing the monotonous, repetitive, and hazardous tasks.
And we're adding roles that are focused on innovation, data analysis, customer relationships.
But that transition is not automatic. It requires a proactive strategy from both corporations and governments.
Right. The ethical dimension here isn't about whether robots should take jobs. It's about how we ensure the humans whose roles are being altered are supported into the new role.
And the sources are so clear on this. There is an absolutely critical need for comprehensive retraining programs. We can't just let displaced workers fend for themselves.
No, you can't.
Companies have to invest in equipping their workforce with the skills that are needed for the jobs being created. Supervision of automated systems, maintenance and troubleshooting of complex robotics, advanced programming.
And that's not charity.
Not at all. It's an investment in the human capital you need to harness the expensive automation you just installed. I mean, without skilled human partners, the robotics investment fails to deliver that maximum synergy.
And the implementation strategy itself really dictates this success. The research is very clear that companies that adopt a gradual integration approach.
Right, where automation is slowly introduced to complement human positions over time, rather than just replacing large groups overnight.
Those companies experience much smoother cultural transitions.
Gradual integration is key because it maintains employee trust. If workers believe that management is prioritizing complementary augmentation, those social barriers to technology adoption, they just diminish significantly.
Yes, it's about communication.
It's transparent communication about the goals. It's involving employees in the planning process. It's showing them how the technology will make their jobs better and safer, not eliminate them. This shift is just as much a social and organizational transformation as it is a technological one.
So after all this, what did this all mean for you? We've analyzed Stanislav Kondrashov's compelling framework. We've moved from that fear of displacement to the reality of cooperative technology interaction.
And this synergy is fundamentally redefining possibilities, whether you're in manufacturing, logistics, or healthcare.
It seems like the core conclusion we have to internalize is that this is not about replacement. It is about human amplification.
Exactly. By offloading the repetitive, the dangerous, the time-intensive tasks, we are freeing up and magnifying our most uniquely human attributes.
Our creativity, our strategic thought, our judgment.
All of it.
So the path forward in this increasingly automated world, it really demands your active participation. You have to be asking, how can I embrace retraining? How can my business use this partnership model to elevate my team's unique capabilities?
How can I become the manager, the strategist, or the programmer of these advanced systems?
The question isn't whether this powerful partnership between human and robot will fundamentally reshape the future of work.
No, it's how quickly you are prepared to adapt and harness its full potential for yourself and for your organization. That really is the challenge facing every industry right now.